What is going on, y'all? It's XIII. Welcome back to the channel. Another voiceover today. Just kind of wanted to give you guys an update as to, what happened with my last video. If you haven't watched my last video, I'll link it up above over here. But in that video, I talked about my first reliability issue that occurred with my Aprilia RS660. So definitely check it out just to get some backstory. But today's video is just to update you guys on, what I found, and the problem is finally fixed. Yay! Kind of. So let me tell you guys about it today. So I went home, left the bike in the garage. I wasn't riding it, and I was trying to do some research like I mentioned in the last video. Got my keyboard warrior going on, hopped on Reddit, hopped on the forums, and kind of just started researching, see what I could find, see if other people have had this issue before. And lo and behold, people have. This is an issue, or I guess I can't claim if it's like a wide, issue that a lot of people have faced with the bike, something similar to like recalls and whatnot, but I don't think it's to that level, but definitely an issue that people have come across before. And I saw some people post up videos on Reddit about the same red R flashing, and it turns out that, if you have the RS660 and you choose to get the GP shift, the red R basically represents that the GP shift is activated, meaning your quick shifter would work in reverse. So I guess that's what the R stands for, just to let the rider know that it's reverse shifting. And so what that means is, how you usually go up, you push the pedal up to go up a gear, it would be the opposite. You push it down to go up a gear. Anyways, that being said, that's where the light comes from. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's the issue, but when the light pops up and you don't have GP shift software actually installed, people have ran across this issue where they can't use the quick shifter at all, which is what happened to me. Here's a video that I took of the issue in case you didn't get a chance to watch the last video, but definitely check it out. So I saw a video about it on Reddit. People were commenting that, that they had to get the whole quick shifter replaced. That was kind of the biggest, or not the biggest, but I guess that would be the most costly route to go down, just replacing the whole quick shifter mechanism. People had mentioned that they had to go to the dealership to get this as like a warranty thing, and like I mentioned in my last video, that kind of had me worried given that I have the CRT, the tune. Are they gonna decline my warranty, or and whatnot? So just some thoughts that I had there. But I also found some posts where people mentioned that they just turned the bike off, turned it back on, and the error message or the red R was gone, bike was working perfectly fine. I tried that already. Like I mentioned in my last video, I initially pulled over, I turned the bike off, and when I turned it back on after a minute, it was still there. I tried the same thing again, but I waited like about 2-3 hours, same issue, didn't get fixed. So I started doing more research again, seeing if, there's any other videos or articles or, posts that people had made about this issue. I found some posts where people had mentioned that this had occurred to them, and this was kind of just like a temperamental thing that the quick shifter does. Like from time to time, it'll just not work and, display this error message. And I don't know, that just seems like poor quality to me. And yeah, like I mentioned, I restarted the bike, left it not running for a while, restarted after it wasn't running. So at this point, I was kind of stumped. Right. And it's been like 2-3 days at this point where I hadn't ridden my bike at all, just to kind of give it some time, just to figure things out. I didn't want to make any issue worse. So I had the riding itch, I couldn't stay away for too long, unfortunately. So I was like, all right, whatever. I'll just ride the bike without the quick shifter. It's okay. That's how I rode my first bike. It's not a big deal to me. Quick shifter is nice, not necessarily a necessity, but definitely nice. So I took the bike out, I pulled it out of the garage onto the street, turned it on, and the error message was gone. Just like that, all of a sudden, the error message was gone. So I was a little stumped as to, what was going on. I was kind of thinking perhaps you have to wait like a certain period of time for the ECU or something to, I don't know, quote unquote reset or rebalance itself. I don't know. But yeah, the problem was gone. So I started riding, everything worked fine, quick shifter worked perfect. No issues at all. Bike was back to 100% normal. So yeah, at this point I thought maybe it was just an error glitch or something may have happened and my bike was finally fixed. No problems. So I was really happy. A couple days later, the error message came back on. So at this point, I really didn't know what was going on. And yeah, the error message came back on and the bike was doing the same thing. And this time I was actually on my way to work. And it was it was a cold day and I was kind of wondering, like, does temperature have anything to do with it? Does it throw it off? Because prior to this, I was riding in pretty warm temperatures. And yeah, just a thought I had. So I got to work, used the clutch, did manual shifting like I mentioned I did before, and got to work, just left my bike there. And by the end of the day when I came back to the bike, so this was about 8 hours later, I turned the bike on and the light was gone. The red R was not flashing anymore. So maybe this is a temperamental thing that the quick shifter does. And I don't know, I'm a little disappointed by that because, this is an Aprilia, a premium bike, you're paying all this money, you would expect that the quality would be good and great, flawless, but that doesn't seem to be the case, at least for my bike specifically. And if every time this occurs you have to replace the quick shifter, that's a little silly to me. And yeah, so the red light went away and I was able to ride the bike perfectly fine back. And I'm suspecting that in the future this is just gonna be a on and off thing. The issue is gonna occur, and it's just something that you have to deal with, part of the Aprilia owning process or the Italian bike owning experience, I guess. I don't know, but it's not that big of a deal. But like I mentioned, I'm a little disappointed in the quality, but it is what it is. I can still ride the bike fine, and from that perspective, no issues there. It's just a quick shifter. Some things that I did notice though is that I feel like this tends to occur when the weather or temperature is cold, and it literally happens, say like when I'm going from first to second, it occurs there. This has happened multiple times, and that's where I've noticed that it occurs. So cold temperature, going first to second, and yeah. One time it happened and I rode the bike hard after it happened. Just using the manual clutch, and I stopped. I went inside a store to grab something. I came back out, so bike was off maybe 10, 15 minutes tops. Turned the bike on, red light was gone. So very, very temperamental of a quick shifter, and not sure if other people have had this experience. If you have, definitely comment down below. Let me know if this is something that has occurred with either the RS660 for you, any other Aprilia bikes, or just any other bikes with a quick shifter. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys. The problem has been fixed, kind of not really, but it is what it is. And yeah, thanks for watching. As always, thumbs if you enjoyed it, subs if you loved it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.